What's up guys, David Sherwack here, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for Juggle late Kenflip. This tutorial was suggested by Gwilly Antenna, and his comment got 5 likes, so I thought I would do this as this week's tutorial. So here's an example of Juggle to late Kenflip. Alright, so there was an example of Juggle late Kenflip, and for that example I just did it to spike. So for this trick, obviously you're going to need to know how to do Kenflip. So any type of Kenflip will work. Usually your beginner type of Kenflip is just like big cup, Kenflip back to big cup. You also might want to know how to do whirlwind, because the motion of the Kenflip in this one is not as similar to a normal Kenflip like that, but it's more similar to a whirlwind rotation, so you might want to know whirlwind as well. And if you're doing Juggle, obviously you're going to need to know Juggle, and you're going to need to know them fairly consistent, so you'll be able to get the late Kenflip after. So those are the tricks you're going to need to know, and once you know those, you should be good to start trying the trick. Okay, so first I'm going to be talking about the type of Kenflip that you're going to be doing when you're doing this trick. Usually, lots of times when you do Kenflips, when it's just a big cup Kenflip, you kind of flip it slow, and it's not much rotation with the Kenflip. But this type of Kenflip, when you're doing a Juggle, I found is more like a whirlwind. It's more of a fast rotation, and really it's just pushing down with the thumb. And so just practice this. You kind of push down with the thumb, and it's just a super quick flip like that. So practice it like this. Don't do your Kenflips like this for late Kenflips. It's more of a quick downward motion of the thumb and then catching it, so it's one really quick Kenflip. So make sure you have this down. Really quick Kenflip. You're gonna bring it up, just push down with your thumb, and that's the motion. Now this is not very hard to learn, but it's very crucial for being able to do your Juggle like Kenflip like clean and consistently. So basically, if you're going to be doing a single Juggle, you're going to want to approach the Juggle a bit differently. So basically, for a normal Juggle, you don't really throw the tama that high after you finish the Juggle. Kind of just throw it in this area right here. But for this trick, you're going to want to throw the tama a lot higher. So you're going to do your normal Juggle. But you're going to throw not that high, you don't need to throw it that high. But just practice throwing the tama higher than usual. So like that high should be good, because that should give you enough time to get the late Kenflip rotation down and still be able to do either tricks after it or just go to spike. So yeah, make sure you have your Juggles and you're throwing the tama higher than usual. You don't want to be throwing it like this. You can still do it, but it's way harder because you have less time to complete the Kenflip. If you throw it higher, you're going to have way more time to actually do the late Kenflip. Alright, so once you get your high throwing Juggles, that's when you're going to actually try to do the late Kenflip after the Juggle. So throw it high, and what I do is right at the peak of the throw. So I throw it, and usually when I throw it, the peak is like right here. That's how high I usually get it. So right when it's at its highest point, remember, throw super high. When it's at its highest point, that's when I do the Kenflip. And usually I keep the Ken and the tama sort of close at the same time, because if you leave the Ken down here, the string is gonna get tangled up like this. So when it's at its peak of the throw, that's when you're gonna do your Kenflip. And remember, just a super quick Kenflip, super fast motion, just pushing down with the thumb. And keep it relatively close to the tama, but not too close to where the Kenflip's gonna hit. Keep it close so the string has a little bit so it's a bit loose and it's not completely tight like that. So here's an example. You're gonna throw it up, peak, you're gonna do a late Kenflip. It's not gonna be very slow, it's gonna be super fast, and it's gonna be super quick. So right at its peak, late Kenflip. And if you throw high enough, you shouldn't really have to worry about not getting the Kenflip down in time. If you throw high enough, you're still gonna have lots of time left to catch the Kenflip, because usually when it's at its peak, by the time you're done, it's barely coming down, so you still got a lot of time to spot the hole and catch it on spike. But yeah, just remember these key points: throwing the tama super high, getting your Kenflips down like this, and you should be able to get your late Kenflips down. So yeah, hopefully this tutorial helped. Just remember the key points: throwing the tama high, getting the Kenflip down super fast, and then just with a lot of practice, you should be able to get this down, and it's definitely a cool trick to be able to do once you can do it clean. And yeah, it looks really good. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial. Make sure to comment what tutorial you want to see next week down below in the comment section. And if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.